ladies and gentlemen, he's having some kind of technical difficulty. Maybe if you move closer to his mic or something like that, it would maybe help the situation. And also, we have another special guest today to help join in on the fun we have planned for you this evening for the first time ever on the Forsaken podcast. Ladies and gentlemen, EllaThePuppy.
Oh, hello.
It's bad when you've got to rely on me to fix things.
So
that's weird. I literally cannot assign that role.
Ladies and gentlemen, EllaThePuppy.
Well, thank you. I appreciate you guys having me on this evening.
Ella, how long have you been in the Forsaken Lands community exactly?
Too long.
Too long, he says.
Suffice to say that I remember an AIM conversation with Zoichan when I was like 14, so a decade and a half and then some ago. I think he was telling me about how hot it was in Texas and something about things sticking to his leg. And that was like...
Yeah,
whoa. Okay, a little too much information, if I must say so myself. Zoichan, exactly how hot is it in Texas?
I will be happy to tell you, we are currently in a heat dome. And, I mean, since it's hot up, yes, things do tend to stick to your legs. However, I do not recall that conversation whatsoever with a random stranger on the internet, though I've been known to say other things. So,
well, there you go. So that's how long I've been with the Forsaken Lands community is about 20 years now.
Oh my God, that's half my age. Not really. That is how much of my age is that? That is 2/3 of my age.
Yeah, no, I mean, I started playing this when I was 15, 16 years old in high school, and goodness grief, I'm 37 now. So yeah, that's nuts. Way too much time.
Well, congratulations on a life well lived. Moving on to the first topic at hand, I see here, dude, there's an announcement. It says, a brand new, completely interactive mud school featuring a quest and prog-led tutorial that will appeal to players new and old. What is that? What is that all about?
Well, thank you for asking. That is a really leading question, and I appreciate you asking me that right off of the announcement. So, as far
as what we have, this is how we roll here.
You guys didn't get your scripts prior to this?
Honestly, this is about more...
This is more script than we've ever had. The Forsaken podcast has branded itself off of flying by the seat of its pants. Rye Gothrin isn't here with us today. God rest his soul. We miss him.
You make it sound like he's dead. He's not dead. He's on hiatus.
No. Yes, he is not dead. He is very much alive, and he's happy. I'll tell you. He's a happy fella, so... we'll pour one out for the...
Again, he's not dead.
Oh, that's right. Okay. Well, we'll just drink our own beverages as normal because everything's fine and Rygo's fine and he loves you. He loves all. Now, I'm sorry. I've derailed this a little bit. Interactive mud school. What the hell does that mean? I mean, don't we interact with this game all the time? What about this mud school is more interactive than the rest of Forsaken Lands?
All right, so let me start by asking a really simple question to everyone here. I know everyone here has played FL for different lengths of time, but how many of you knew that there are multiple stores in the existing mud school?
I did.
There's stores in the mud school?
There's the answer. There's not one, but 2 stores in the mud school. How many of you have ever gotten the mud school diploma?
I have.
All the time.
Always. It's one of the best holdable items at level 1 that you can get.
Plus wisdom, plus stuff. Yeah, it's good.
Yeah, that's good.
There you go. Well, it doesn't exist anymore, so you're welcome.
Wait, whoa.
Heresy.
Okay, now, yeah, we need to slow down here. because it is ritual for me, and I roll an overpowered combo to kill Trick. That when I kill him and he's mercied, to get a mud school diploma out of my backpack and hand it to him as a slap in the face. So you're telling me that I no longer can rub in the fact that I beat Trick and PK?
Oh, that is
nice.
brilliant.
Yes, no, I'm ruthless.
Here's another question. Have you taken out the bench? You know, the one that casts Cure Serious on you.
Yes, I have.
You asshat.
How dare you?
Well,
How many people knew that there was a bench that cured your character?
We'll just scrap the whole thing. So, basically, the existing mud school, anything like outside of the practice room and the training room, and
you didn't like, got scrapped.
And the Ring of Life and the arena, which is stupid, all got scrapped.
Wait, Ring of Life got scrapped?
The Ring of Life got scrapped?
Oh yeah, it's all gone.
How did this all...
I rolled 2 under con every single time, grabbed the rings, and I ran with those, and you're telling me I can't do that anymore?
Yeah, I'm telling you can't go all the way to 50 with those Rings of Life anymore.
You monster.
I know. Sorry about it.
You're not.
No, I'm not. So, all the way to the Ring of Life, there are big yellow blocks of text that say, look plaque, and look book, and look tome, and look tapestry, and whatever else. And I don't know about the rest of you, but I can count on no fingers the number of times that I have looked at that stuff in the 20 years that I've played this game.
I look at them all the time.
I have, and they're full of misinformation and outdated references.
When I first joined in, I haven't looked at them in probably closer to 20 years now.
I wander around and I look at them frequently, to be completely honest with you, and they're full of outdated information. They reference immortals that don't exist or may have never existed in this universe. They don't even belong. It's like somebody else's mud school made its way into our game. How the hell is that possible?
I don't know, man, but what I can tell you is that in the brand new interactive, newly, I don't know, I'm running out of like cool adjectives here already, and I only use like 2 adjectives.
How about groundbreaking?
All right.
You know, yeah, you know what I'm saying, like not progressive. You know
what, Grim, you can be my hype man any day of the week.
Thanks, man. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
I really feel like we still need to manage expectations since there's no more Ring of Life or Mud School diploma before we start making any kind of.
All right, fine. I'll give you the Mud School diploma so you can throw it on Trick's corpse when you PK him.
Yeah, you lost me at no Mud School diploma, and when you said no Ring of Life, like what am I hearing right now? Like what game am I gonna be playing? I'm not even sure that I want to roll a character again, knowing that I'll be able to get those rings. What the hell?
Tell me about it.
So,
well, okay, fine. Sell me on this high-powered and dynamic, flamboyant mud school that you've made.
All right.
How enterprising is this thing?
So, there is a combination of nostalgia, interactivity, a completely brand new quest line, a new transportation system.
A new transportation system. Now that's something I can get behind.
But south goes Miramore. Right?
How about this? Continue and I'll mute Grim.
So there's tons of new features, and the best part is that there's no more look book. There's no more without any further instructions. There's no more outdated information. Everything is completely up to date, new and improved.
It's either new or it's improved. It really can't be both.
He's got a point there. I mean,
he's right. Oh my God.
The sad part.
He's right.
It's all right. Every time I see that on commercials and stuff like that, it just irritates the hell out of me. Like, dude, it's either new or it's improved. Come on.
Oh shit.
You know what, Magick? I could care less about your opinion right now.
Oh.
All right. So, if you chuckle fucks are done.
Oh, okay. No, you're gonna get us on YouTube in playing if you keep that up.
Oh, sorry, my bad. All right. Okay. So, picture this. You finish your character creation, and you load in as a spirit into the game as your new character. And who do you think is the most appropriate person to welcome you to the Forsaken Lands?
Brambis.
Ooh, Brambis.
All right. So, who after Brambis do you think is the most appropriate person to welcome you to the Forsaken Lands?
Carnifex Pax.
Spectral Lurker. I don't know.
No, Carnifex, dude.
The Bone Dragon.
We want people to shit their pants when they first come into the mud.
We don't even want you to get into the mud. It's just kick them out immediately.
All right. So coming in at a cool number 12 on the list of people that you would want to welcome you into the game is the Shade of Viragoth.
Ah.
Well, that's not welcoming at all, is it?
Well, I mean, it is and it isn't. It's like, it's a big, scary ghost dude, but...
No, hang on. No, I mean, Viragoth was one of the most evil entities in, like, all time of a bear. You know what I mean? Like, that is, like... You know what I mean?
Well, I mean... It's not a very nice place, It's
I think number 12
appropriate.
is adequate there, yeah.
It's a hat tip to the dude, so yeah, okay, go ahead and continue.
All right.
Okay.
So after you're welcomed by the Shade of Viragoth, you proceed into the Mud School, which takes place in a castle, and not just in a random assortment of hallways. So it is themed to feel more like a castle, and the name of the castle is the Sanctum of Genesis. So there's some normal stuff that you would expect. You receive your quest to go seek out your Maelbrim Guildmaster, but then things really start to heat up, and it gets super exciting. You're gonna have to bear with me because I realize that Mud School doesn't excite people the way it excites me, but I'm gonna try here. So, from the very
Sanctum of
first...
Genitals is what I thought you were gonna say.
Oh my god.
Zoichan, now I know the
Oh, this is good.
Go on. I'm sorry.
All right, so... And then you're done, and that's it, and you get the Mud School diploma, and it's over.
That's not true.
No, it's not. That was a lie.
You don't have to divulge every little thing about it. We leave some mystery. But let me ask you a question real quick before you carry on. Do I have the option to just like bypass this?
So the answer to your question is yes and no.
How can it be yes and no?
Because the same way it can be new and improved, I guess.
Apparently, yes.
So it can't.
Oh, sorry, I've got like Genesis I Can't Dance in my head now, so continue.
All right. So I believe when we were planning it out that we decided that the appropriate number of rooms to be able to get the hell out of Dodge and not have to pay attention to any of my frivolous bullshit anymore was 9 rooms. If you can make it through 9 rooms of my nonsense, then you too can escape the Mud School.
Free type of recall.
What?
Free type of recall. I mean, that's an option too. Yes.
That's true. And now I'm going to have to add no recall flags to the first 9 rooms. So thanks for pointing that out.
Damn it.
Yeah, but it's more like newbie prison instead of Mud School. I want to go straight. I'm talking about getting in there, killing plasm beasts, killing lizards, dude, killing wolves, getting XP.
So
you know what I'm saying?
Hey, if we're gonna play
more
this,
bad news for you.
Instead of with like the basic set gear that you get loaded with when you start a character, can we also get a pill of teleport so I don't have to listen to that shit either, and I could just die somewhere else?
You know what? I'm just gonna add a mob that like grants you the spell teleport.
Level 1, teleport to the faction of blood. Yep, take me out of here. Just kill me now.
Yep. Oh boy.
Continue.
By the way, it sounded like you had more bad news.
Hey, don't know what happened there, Grim. You might want to repeat yourself. You went robot on me.
I said it sounded like Ella was about to drop some more bad news on me. What exactly is that bad news?
Well, so the bad news is that there are no more lizards. There are no more hyenas. There are no more wolves.
Honestly, I never fought those anyway. It was those plasm beasts to goblins to wolves.
There's one plasm beast.
I see. My entire first level 3 is gone now. I see. I'm gonna have to wait for the repop the entire time.
It doesn't repop. That's not true. It does repop. That's a lie.
I was gonna say you're gonna have one plasm beast in there. First one that kills it gets like the
gets level 2, and that's it. They're the only one. So my idea with Mud School in general, and what I was alluding to by bringing up the Shade of Viragoth and the Plasm Beast and other, is that I tried my best to incorporate some reasonable, friendly faces. So there are going to be some, I don't want to call them inside jokes, but some nostalgic encounters that people people that have played the game for a while will recognize. There are going to be some encounters that are brand new. So it'll be a question of how long you've played, how long you've been around, as to how much you get versus how much of that appears to just be pure atmosphere.
So what I'm hearing is Easter eggs. Is that what I'm hearing?
Yeah. I mean, I would say that there's some nice little Easter eggs throughout the school, as far as, nothing is overt, nothing is slapping you in the face with the Carnifex packs, but there's some nice little homages to staff from the past and other elements of the game that are gone by the wayside. So, other than that, what else do you want to know?
How else have you completely destroyed the intro section to this game? Because everything you described to me, I don't know if I'm gonna like it. I don't know if I'll ever be able to play again. It's making me sick to my stomach. You mean I can't go and just run through Plasm Beast?
We're on this.
Calm down. Untwist your.
Well, hang on. One of my favorite experiences in this game is just ripping through Plasm Beasts, then chewing on the lizards. Ripping them apart. Kicking the wolves' asses. Then all of a sudden, bam! I'm too big for the Mud School. I've outgrown it. Because my power level has grown so much. And you've taken that away from me. How am I supposed to level up now? How am I supposed to do it? With going and filling out some forms, Like, what the hell is this? It's more like actual school, man, which was a drag.
Can I take this one, Ella? Do you mind?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right, so Graham, I've got a serious question for you. What is the purpose of the Mud School?
To get to level 6?
So that is actually, as far as I'm concerned, today with our existing Mud School, that is the actual factual purpose. Level 6. Also, the purpose is so you can do the quests and temple quests by using that little shortcut, and you don't have to waste so much time sleeping. However, I don't think I don't think that needs to be the continued focus of where our mud needs to evolve to. So at some point, we have to be friendly, a little bit more appealing, a little bit more to new players. We have to. So while, yes, it might not be as easy for some of us old heads to get to level 6 and get out of there, we're talking about a whole new experience to hopefully hook some people into the magic that is the Forsaken Lands.
So what you're telling me is the point of the Mud School is to help usher in a new generation of FL mudders?
Talk to us, Ella.
Well, so I think what he's telling you is that you're so vain and this Mud School isn't about you.
Nice. Okay, well, how about serious question? You said that, it's primarily designed in order to help newbies enter the mud, get started, I'm assuming, through various features, and it's designed primarily for them, correct?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
And so one of the first things that you'll notice is that there's never been anything, what I'm going to say, overtly OOC about the Mud School. There is now one overtly OOC thing about the Mud School, and that is the Shade of Viragoth. And so, right from the very beginning, in the first room that you load into, the Shade of Viragoth tells you every hour that if you need help, that you need to type, say help. And he says it in those terms. In all the other places throughout the mud, there's plenty of things that say ready, or say go on, or say continue, but nothing ever tells you, type the words say help.
Okay.
And so, right off the bat, we're going to be welcoming new players that have never played MUDs before by giving them an introduction to all of the things that we take for granted. Giving them an introduction to say, look, how to move using directional commands. So really, I hope it comes across when it's launched that the purpose of this MUD school is to be functional for experienced players, is to still assist experienced players in the way that the old MUD school did. Zoichan, you can absolutely still go around to all the different towns before you hit level 6, and you can complete those guild quests using MUD school so that you don't have to sleep and use all your moves. So there you go. That's something I didn't take away and destroy.
Okay, so follow-up question is, you said that we have 9 rooms for the more veteran players here, the people who know their way around at least a little bit. What would those rooms entail, and how fast can we get through them?
All right, so basically what it boils down to is that one of the first rooms you encounter after you get your Maelbrim Guildhouse quest teaches you how to open doors. That is we're going to teach you how to move, we're going to teach you how to look, we're going to teach you how to talk, and then we're going to teach you how to get barriers out of your way. From there, in that same room, you're given a map of the MUD school, and we'll talk more about maps in a little bit, but you get a map of the MUD school, and you're kind of set loose. There is a route that I had in mind when I designed it, but you don't necessarily have to follow that route. You don't have to stick to the path that's beaten for you. That said, the MUD school does not diverge anymore into north is the school and south is the arena. So it is linear now. So you start at the beginning and you go all the way through. Along the way of those 9 rooms, you have to open a door, and there is one hard stop that's actually going to force you to stop until you complete a temp quest. And that temp quest is to teach you about scanning. So, we really wanted to identify, there's a second hard stop. There's only 2 hard stops in the whole place, but there's a second hard stop, and the 2 that we felt were important were scanning and killing, because those are obviously core elements of the game. So once you've scanned and you can bypass the individual that teaches you about that, there are 2 more rooms, and then you are at a portal. And so the portal is your escape from the MUD school. So if by the time those 9 rooms are over, you're like, screw Ella, screw this stupid MUD school, I want out of here. You can now go to that portal, and as simple as just saying the name of the city that you want to go to, you will be transferred to the center of that city, and you will be given a brand new, color-infused, easy-to-read map of that city.
Okay, sounds quite interesting. So, if the whole thing's linear and we have to go through them, is there anything that we need to do in these rooms in order to do it, or can we just fly through it and poof, we're done?
Sure. So that's a great question. The answer is that you can take it at whatever pace you want. For those of you that are obsessed with Master Quester, you will be glad to know that there is a nice little chunk of padding, and I'm not going to tell you how many, but there's a nice little chunk of padding for your Master Quester score built into the MUD school. And so if you want those additional quests, then there are a couple of different key things that you're going to have to accomplish. But in general, you can make it to that portal and you can bail out. Or if you decide that you want to level up in the arena, you can go to the second hard stop. You can learn about combat, and you can learn about melee combat, magical combat. You know, you'll learn more about the combat system by interacting very pleasantly with one of our nostalgic plasm beasts. And then you have an arena. Now, the arena is smaller than the existing arena, but has roughly the same number of mobs in it. So it's not quite as easy to get lost or sidetracked in, or confused, or whatever people do in the arena.
Please tell me it's easier on moves.
What's that?
Please tell me it's easier on moves.
It should be, yeah.
But if I remember right, the arena is forest, and forest isn't exactly happy for moves.
Yeah, forest isn't the worst, but it's not the best either. I believe, I'll go ahead and spoil this one, I believe the new arena is using the fields sector, which is slightly worse than city and inside, but not anywhere near as bad as like mountains or forests or anything like that.
So, can I just to be clear, I can't just go power level to 6 and then get out of there?
You can. It just takes more than 2 steps.
God. I guess I'll get over that because it's for the greater good,
Right. You can't be vain. This mud school isn't about you.
No, it's not. But at the same time, it kind of is. You know what I mean? Because like, I play this game too, man, and I'm trying to get out there.
So,
I'm not trying to get held back.
Forbid you use, and I'm sorry for being the jerk in the portal here. You use any of the 6 areas that have, level 1, 2, and 3 mobs in to kill, such as north of Maelstrom and the cave, or the saplings, or anything else that can be killed easily. Do your guild quests and get up. I don't think Ella has ever said that we have to use a mud school to get to X level. This is an opportunity to have people who know nothing about the mud learn something about the mud.
Thanks, Zoichan.
Yeah, that's I get it. That's undeniably right, but on the other hand, come on.
But you're gonna try and deny it anyway?
No, I'm just giving Ella a hard time. I think it's a fantastic thing that we have built something to actually kind of usher in a new group of players, so that we can actually have something they can look at and be like, oh, cool. They can find their butts before they get them kicked. Because that's how I learned how to play. Is I just jumped in there and just got beaten for 2 decades, and now here I am hosting a podcast.
There you go. But many of your friends and old game buddies aren't around anymore, and so we need to adapt the face of the mud and bring in a new wave of players. And in order to do that, we're not just going to be able to poach players from other muds, which was a huge consideration in building this. We could have absolutely built something that just threw you into the thick of action right off the bat, that players from other muds would have completely understood, would have made complete sense to them. But we're seeing that games that are trying to do that, games that are trying to just poach players from other muds, aren't surviving. And so the goal really is to teach new people about muds. Take a tabletop gamer, someone that plays D&D with their buddies, and likes to roleplay, likes to tell stories, likes to play first-person shooters, so they get the player-killing competitive aspect of the game too, and give them a new medium, a new format to do that in. So we wanted to be really aware of what's going to be the right amount of interaction for, and by interaction, what I'm really saying are barriers to our power gamers who just want to, down, open south, kill plasm for like 3 or 4 minutes, and then get auto recalled out of the mud school, versus folks that want to learn a little bit about the game, learn a little bit about what muds are, what we have to offer, learn a little bit of our history, our culture, our atmosphere, and ultimately be prepared to play the game. Now, no mud school is going to prepare someone for FL because y'all are a bunch of jerks and you're just going to go and kill them anyway. But
well, I mean, even if they learn how to play mud, like we're still, they're, somebody we're going to get ours. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
No, I'm not. I don't mean that. I like to be a helpful entity. I do recall you earlier mentioning that you enter the game as a spirit. So,
yes.
What's up with that? I'm dead?
So, what I will tell you as well is that this is phase 1 of the Mud School. So this is the Mud School proper, and this is both the educational portion as well as the level advancement portion. There is going to be a phase 2. And so what phase 2 is going to do is eliminate our current character sheet style creation, character building process and replace it with an interactive in-game character creation process. And so someone jokingly tossed out the other day in the Discord channel that wouldn't it be nice if you just typed your name, entered your password, said whether you're male or female, and then you were launched into the game? And the answer is yes. And that's absolutely what we're working toward. So in the future, once this has been launched and is successful, we're going to start turning our attention back to phase 2, which we already have a successful test demo. And that is going to allow you to have an actual interactive creation process.
So this is where the 9 rooms is going to come into play then, yes?
No. Sorry,
No?
this is a separate... So right now, you are going to load in to a different room, just like you load into the gateway into Oberon. You're going to go from there, and you're in the Mud School, and your character is fully created, and you go do what you want. The creation process that's on the way, and we don't have a timeline or a deadline or anything set for it right now, but what's on the way is going to be you load into a separate chunk. I think it's 8 or 9 rooms that is purely the character creation process, and then that transfers you to this first room that everybody's going to start in when phase 1 launches. Does that make sense?
Yes.
So that's kind of the direction that we're taking with it. We want to get more education for new players in game. Granted, this is not going to teach them how to player kill. This is not going to teach them how to survive player killing. Oberon is still going to be a very dangerous place for them to be as newbies. But our hope is that it will prepare them to better access a lot of the mechanics of the game, including some of the ones that the existing Mud School never even touches on, like histories and journals. It's going to better highlight the shop system and actually teach people how to use shops. We had someone say in Discord not that long ago that they didn't know that the value command was a thing. So there's actually going to be an interactive, automated system that teaches you about these things. For vets, you can learn as much or as little about them as you want. You can pursue all of those every time you create a new character, or you can pursue none of them. But for a brand new player, it's going to take you through everything you need to know to get started and to walk out into the central square and be ready to start the rest of your character's life.
Okay.
For one, to contradict Grim, I as much crap as I'm going to give Ella over the...
It sounds like you got a bad connection. Like, it sounds like your micro... Like a mic isn't plugged in all the way type thing.
Yeah, you're kind of fading in and out. It's almost kind of like you've got a microphone down and you're pacing back and forth.
Is that any better at all?
That is better so far, yes.
Okay, good. So what I was saying is we're going to do something we haven't done in FL's history to my knowledge. And we're going to host an out-of-character hour. And in that hour, the only characters that we're going to be allowing to play are going to be old characters. so that our players can actually beta test this for us.
Yeah, you might actually have. Sorry to interrupt you. We might have to have you re-say that again because you're fading out towards the middle again.
Okay, you keep talking. Let me find a better set of headphones.
So I think what he was saying is that they want to have an OOC hour where new characters are rolled up for essentially a beta test type thing. That leads me to believe it's going to be something kind of like a Halloween Madness situation where people roll up and experience the new mud school and test out, try to find bugs, because, the best way to make bugs scurry out is to fucking bring a bunch of people in and let them just do whatever, so I think that's what he's
get
saying.
in there and stress test the area. And something along the line. I think he said something about how no old characters are going to be in, just new, fresh rolled ones. And if he finds any of the, anybody higher than level, say level 5, that they're going to be slayed and eaten in the L60s, and they're just going to con die you right then and there, right?
And we're talking about IP bans. Also,
straight IP bans. Yes, all of them too.
From the game, the forums, and from Discord, if I'm not mistaken.
Right. Okay, yeah, I got you.
I heard somewhere that this is actually like the lead-in to a P-wipe. So
right, yes.
Don't say P-wipe.
Okay, I
won't. Okay, no, yeah, that's. For those of you just tuning in at this point, no, we're not serious with that. It's OOC hour, and it's just going to be new characters, just going to test the mud school. There is going to be no P wipes. There's going to be no eating, maybe, and so yeah, we're good. In fact, Mike's over here going, yeah, sure, yes. No, take it or leave it. Whatever.
Yeah, no need for alarm. Hey, why don't you step back from that ledge, my friend? That's a reference to a song. Whatever. It's Third Eye Blind. Yes, thank you. Jumper, I think, is the name of the song.
Yeah. So just to wrap up what Zoichan was talking about, my goal in building this and the reason it took as long as it did was to make sure that everything was as close to perfect as it could be prior to launch. That said, nothing's ever perfect. And so, our goal in hosting this is to A, get some feedback so that we can make any meaningful changes that we need to, but B, I want you guys to break shit so that we can fix it before new players actually see it.
I can tell you right now that there has been at least one or two people that said that getting a shortcut out of the mud school, if there's not going to be a character creation as we're going through the school itself, it would help those people, the vets, to actually have a way out quickly. What we could do is you can do something along the lines of, you've got this entire mud school out, you go all the way to the end, and at the end it says, okay, if you wish to skip it, go ahead and when you first log in, type skip, and then it'll skip you to the end and you can go about your merry way there. But until you get there, you won't know it, so that doesn't have any newbies pop out when they shouldn't have, if you follow.
So just a quick question, can you hear me any better at all?
I can hear you dude, that is the best I've heard you in a long time. That's amazing.
Fantastic. Very good, very good. I switched over to my phone and a better set of headphones.
Oh, that's so much better, dude. Ladies and gentlemen,
but from what I was hearing, y'all nailed it on the head as far as the OOC hour. And here's the deal. Here's something I'm willing, and again, I'm making promises that anime may eat me for, but here's the thing. We want y'all to break things absolutely. Because we want to make sure that this is the best positive experience for not only you, but new players. So what I am willing to do is also, if you participate in this OOC hour, because obviously we're taking playtime away from it, we are willing to compensate you for doing that, whether it is through that.
Whether or not it's through getting slayed, getting ripped, denied.
Sure. Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, so we're going to like if you've got a main or you've got 2 or 3 mains, and you say, okay, well, give character B my 5 RP points. We do plan on compensating you for the time that you're really helping us. But by helping us, you're helping the future of this month. So just wanted to throw that out there as well.
What about a unique RP pet?
Do people use those?
They would if they had them.
I've seen several people use RP pets. So yeah.
Okay, fair. I mean, we'll decide what we're going to do, but there will be a compensation, in-game compensation. Nothing that's going to break you or make your character overpowered, but there will be an in-game compensation for helping us out in this OOC hour and bug test and things of that nature. So.
Yeah, well, it's a community game, and the community needs to rise up. You know, we help the game, like, you know, better itself. Like, without us, the players, you know, who would you guys be? You know, who would you be, Zoichan? If nobody played this mud. You wouldn't be Zoichan.
The guy who sells real estate in Texas.
Yeah, and that's not
life.
That's not nearly as cool as the Eternal Hangsman. You know, I mean, that's scary business.
I still hit that effigy every time I go past it.
Dude, I play Zoichan, and I still hit it on my characters too. So it's all right. That's a super cool little thing. No, I'm all about it. That's the only reason it's not out of the game. Because in character, of course, my tune hates that. But out of character, I'm like, that's stinking awesome. I don't care if it hits my ego or not. That is amazing. So
yes. For those of you who don't know about this effigy, go ahead and go north of Melbrim until you run into it, and then use it.
I didn't know it was usable.
Oh, yes,
oh, it is. You will not be disappointed.
It's like the Raiden snow globe. That's usable too.
I didn't know there was a snow globe in Raiden.
Magick sells it alongside the Wargorm power source, the T-shirt, and the.
Now wait a minute. Wait, Raiden doesn't even exist. What are you talking about?
It doesn't anymore. It did in the past, which is why you can buy your very own piece of Raiden rubble for low price of 250 gold.
Okay, you know, I don't know. I'll try using the effigy. If I get killed and I have to lose a life because of that, y'all are gonna hear about it. I don't know. You know, get ready for a prayer.
Quick, change the prog.
Jeez. It puts you in jail. It puts you in jail, doesn't it? I don't want to do that.
Yeah, get out of jail free card.
Oh, sweet.
Still not happy with that. Either way, what else have we got? Anything else going on? And by the way, if you haven't checked out Mad Maddox, a Raiden T-shirt is like the best.
Overpowered.
Oh, it's extremely overpowered. Extremely overpowered. So.
I've heard that if you wield the Blackwatch sword alongside the T-shirt, that you can actually kill a low-level immortal.
Look out, Fizbin or Gifnab or whatever the fuck your name is. They're coming for you.
Yeah. Yeah, here's the next thing I see on my notes that I have here. It says something about an exciting player-driven event in mini area that, if enjoyed, could become something even more exciting. What the hell does that mean? What's that all about?
Oh, that's going to be some exciting stuff. We have, and I don't know how many of you are already involved in this. I know there's a couple of characters who have been trying and pushing to make this happen, and we're really excited to make this happen. The character Elsner, and I'm not trying to divulge all of his RP, but most of you who have ever interacted with him are aware. He's been promising a circus for actually quite a while, and you know what? We're about to have a circus. So it is Elsner, right?
Yeah, Elsner. Yeah, I've got characters that want to both, congratulate Elsner 4 times, and other times other characters that just want to rip his guts out. But
oh no, that's fair, but that's also the sign of a well RP'd character, in my opinion. So, anyways, this is going to try and kick off what we are going to be implementing this circus is not just going to be a one-time thing. Our goal is to make this an annual event with really some new stuff every time we put it in, kind of a circus, a festival of types. We're going to have like dunk tank booths. We're going to have, maybe like a stick your hand in a box and get a mystery surprise or cut your hand off type situation. This is going to be a really, really interesting event, and I, for one, am extremely excited for it. We're going to have fortune tellers. We're going to have new shops, new food. We may even try to mix up some potential abilities to purchase restrings on objects. We're going to be doing some really neat stuff in the future, the near future with this circus event. And this is also going to be something that we're really going to be trying to push to release here within the next week, hopefully by next weekend, if we can get it all wrapped up and tidy together. So
nice.
I'm really excited about this.
There's a question in the voice channel. Are we talking truly annual or FL annual? I'd like to say that FL annual, by the way, is every 3 days, so it's not going to be FL annual.
Yeah, probably truly annual would be a cool thing, I think.
Sure. The vision that we had for it, and of course our visions are always open to adaptation and change. But the vision that we had for it was either twice a year and maybe have it open for 3 weeks to a month at a time, or do it for 1 year and or not do it for 1 year, do it once a year and have it open for about a month and a half. Me personally, if we can invest the time into this, because I don't really want to just open this up and it be the same thing every single time. If we can invest the time into this, so there's something new to do every time, I'd love to see the sucker pop open twice a year for at least a handful of weeks each time. So.
Okay, so next question is would it be the circus doing it every single year, or would it be something that comes in as well? It's basically going to be a yearly event, but it could be a circus. It could be traveling caravan the next year. It could be, I don't know, basically some sort of RP or area event for
trade show.
Oh, sure. No, we're absolutely open to ideas. However, I am always excited about unique things, whether it's a unique item. I'll be honest with you, I'm kind of weird, and I know most of you know that I've always enjoyed playing monks, but I'm kind of weird as far as I enjoy PK, but I really enjoy having items that are unique. I mean, okay, everybody's wearing titanium full plate. Why can't I have an item that just says something extremely unique in the name? That kind of stuff excites me. That's why restrings excite me for items and gear. So we're going to try and give an opportunity at least once or twice a year to have some customizable pieces of equipment, some unique pieces of equipment, and also, again, chances to win some unique prizes as far as some of the games we put in. I don't think I answered your question whatsoever, but the answer to the question was this one coming up. I believe it's more of I think it's actually a circus of horrors. It's going to be neat. But I mean, next time it very well may not be the circus of horrors. It very well may be the festival of somebody name a moon and Forsaken Lands.
The festival of horrors.
So, there you go, festival of horrors. Everything's going to be horrific. Anyways, no, we're very, very well open to having some different things come in, because we want it to be unique. We want it to be exciting. I mean, we want it to be something exciting that oh, this is coming up next month. I'm ready for this. So yeah,
that's pretty awesome. I'm actually stoked about that. So we have two huge things coming out. We have a new mud school and a whole new character creation, it sounds like. We've got a circus coming to town. And, I mean, what...
I'm gonna back you up for a second there, just to manage expectations for the people that are joining us late in the podcast. The character creation process is nowhere near done and is not being launched at the same time as Phase 1 of the Mud School. So that was a teaser for what's coming in the future, but it is in no way tied to any deadlines or anything like
that. So it's a little caveat there then.
Okay, whatever. It's being talked about. There's new things. There's things in the works, all kinds of new things. And I'm ready to play FL right now. You know, that's
pipeline.
That's exciting. Yeah, I know. Or maybe I have rolled one. You know, maybe I've had one the whole time. I don't know.
No, you don't.
No, I haven't.
No, you don't.
No, but I really might roll one this time. I'll try not to pick something too. Yeah. So another thing that's mentioned here, and I'm going off my notes here. It says a new system for releasing content on a regular basis to help further the transparency between the staff and the players and ensure that we're all on the same page when it comes to improving our game and our community and more. What the hell? What is that? We're talking about a roadmap?
I guess I'm the
only.
Yeah, thanks. I'm the only one here. Why can't we get some other immortals in here? What happened to Rago? Let him answer some of these daggum questions.
Well, we got a Mosnorn here listening in, but
fantastic! Give us some of that Australian accent. You like my sultry East Texan accent?
He's a Kiwi.
Aussie.
I think.
Yeah. Fair enough. So yes, no, that's absolutely right. What we are trying to look at doing with this is kind of have a more dedicated release schedule as far as new stuff. So take, for example, like biannual thing. We're going to try to have more biannual scheduled events such as the festival. However, we also are going to try and involve some seasonal, maybe a seasonal Maloo extra area you can challenge a new opponent for, a couple of weeks in the arena in Melbourne. We're talking about adding some things that are going to be seasonal events. We're also looking at trying to drive larger story-driven events. Such as, when people want to make new factions, things like that. Make sure we have a dedication to that, to where we're actually releasing things like that to keep player involvement high, to keep player activity high, and player dedication high as well. So I know Vogue is head up on this, and he is excited about this, and he is actually putting together some excuse me. He's putting together some calendars and things of that nature to get some new stuff put in. So we have got quite a few talented people who have been working on the build port, and a lot of talented new M's who have been really, really excited and pushing some of this stuff. And you've got me over here with really just a whip saying, hurry up and get it done. So, no, we're excited. We really are. So,
yeah, it seems like just recently, like a lot of action's been happening. It's almost like a new rekindling of just some kind of a fire or something. It's really, I think it's pretty cool, to be completely honest with you.
It is. And I think we finally come to the agreement and come to terms with, if we want a large participation in some of these events, take for example, I think not less than a month ago or less, the whole Savant Tower just popped up from Valmiran and moved north of Miragor. But to be honest with you, when that happened, I think there might have been 3, 4, 5 people online tops that participated in that. So what we're going to try to do is be more proactive in giving an actual date and an actual time. That way, if a large RP plot's going to come to a head or something's going to happen, we can say, on December the 15th, the assault against the Night Castle comes to a head. Is it going to burn down, or are they going to stand fast against the demons, so that people can look forward to that. People can schedule around that if they want to. People can be involved. So it is OOC knowledge, but you know what? Whatever. We want to make sure people know when things are happening so they can participate in the game when they are happening.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I think that's awesome. You guys are doing a great job on that. I think that's a fantastic idea.
Oh, agreed.
Fantastic idea. Yeah, I just, I would put a hand together for Zoichan here. Magick, we can put a hand together, Ella.
I would, but I'm on push to talk, so you're gonna have to just deal with my silent clap.
Okay. No, that's all really exciting. I hope that invigorates everybody to want to jump in and roll up and get involved in some of this new stuff going forward, because it sounds like there's a lot of momentum right now, and this is kind of pushing on into a new age. We're at the beginning of a new decade. We're in the 20s now. Okay, we're in the 20s.
Listen, 2020 has been a horrible year. We're just trying to make it a little bit better for y'all. So
yeah, you gotta escape the chaos of reality and jump into a Baron and roll up and have fun. That's
so. How
that's
are masks? About. Are masks required in the new mud school, or are we sanitizing on a weekly basis? What's going on with that?
We sanitize by purging your P file.
I mean, I wasn't gonna say it because Grim said I wasn't allowed to say P-wipe again, but.
No.
Okay, so quick run. We got a new mud school coming up here. It's coming out in the near future with a soft opening, as it were. We are going to have a circus come to town in the near future as well. May or may not be about the same time. We'll find out later. And then a little further down the road, basically a roadmap with
scheduled events.
Scheduled events, essentially, or as scheduled as they can be.
Sure.
Exactly.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful progress right there. Again, another round of applause for Zoichan.
Oh, well, happy to be here. I will be very honest with you. I've got somewhere to be here in about 10 minutes, so
yeah,
my portion of this, y'all feel free to, y'all switch over to voice. Y'all feel free to hang out, chat, talk with the people. I do have to go. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, feel free to send me a PM or throw something up in prayer. Happy to explain anything and everything we're doing that is within reason for us to explain. So, good deal.
Excellent.
Are we throwing this announcement up on the forum, Zoichan?
Which announcement?
This announcement.
Did
we
I
just talked about? I mean, not everybody's here. Not everybody's going to go to the podcast. So, are we throwing this up on the forum too?
Oh, sure. No, we've also taken it upon ourselves to hire I say hire in the most loosely sense I can say it, to staff a new M. So I will more than likely shoot him a PM. I think he's actually in here. He just hasn't figured out how to get his microphone to work. But I will likely send him a message and get him on that fun grunt work that new M's get to do. So, or I'll just put it up myself. I'm not sure if I trust a new guy yet or not. We'll find out.
Fair enough.
All
right. Well, thank you for being a part of this, and thank you for all the hard work you've put in, and yeah, man, it's always a joy to know that we have people like you working behind the scenes, to give us such a cool place to play, man. Ladies and gentlemen, the
Good
Eternal
deal.
Hangsman.
No, I enjoy it. Thank you for having me, and I hope y'all have a wonderful evening.
All right, thank you.
Stay frosty.
All right. Bye.
This concludes the podcast.